Hey, good morning. It is June 6th and day 48. I think it's funny, it's getting harder to keep track of the day of the month and what day it is as far as number of days in my trip here. But I'm just leaving out of Spur shelter. It's early, it's like 6:30. It was crowded there last night because people tend to cluster at the shelters with the rain, and there were probably 6 tents. The shelter was full when I got there, so I tented, fully expecting to have a soggy tent this morning, but it didn't rain at all last night, so my tent ended up drying out. I couldn't have believed it. So I'm leaving camp with a dry tent. It's supposed to rain again today, but not till later, so that's why I'm leaving kind of early, 6:20, 6:30. And going another 18 miles today. And it's actually, the shelters are pretty close together, so I'm going past 2 shelters and stopping at the 3rd. So it's nice to have the shelters along the way if it does start raining. But I think it's going to hold off till later, so let's hope so anyway. Look at that. I am walking on lovely soft pine needles. Not a rock to be seen, at least for now. See how long it lasts, but for right now, it is wonderful. So, just like in everyday life, out here, you never know from one minute to the next what's coming around the next corner, literally. You see that? That'd be the remains of my trekking pole, or one of my trekking poles. I was coming down off the last mountain, and the rocks are still slippery from the rain yesterday, and it was steep. And I'm just sort of cruising along, and took a hard fall, actually like the hardest one I've taken so far. But under the glass is half full, trekking poles can be replaced, right? I was fine, maybe a bruised thigh, but I was fine. And you know what? I still have one trekking pole. Could have broken both. So, gotta look at the positive side of things out here, for sure. So, like I said, you never know what's gonna happen from one minute to the next. So for now, I'm a one trekking pole hiker. So let's hope there's not too many really steep sections coming up. I can replace the trekking poles in Daleville, but hopefully the terrain isn't too tough between here and there, but I can make do with one. Like I said, could have been a lot worse. That's where I came from, back there, and then up there. Came up the path here, and headed this way. If you've got one trekking pole, this is perfect. It won't last long, but it's a nice break. Then I'm going that way. You can see the blazes going down through the field, and way in the distance there in the far field, I think you can see maybe one hiker out in front of me there. There's an old cabin for you. Imagine living in there. Whew. This is another one of those top 10 most photographed spots on the AT. This is the Kiefer oak. It's hard to get a sense for the size, but It's the largest oak tree in the south, whatever that means, but it is 18 feet around and 300 years old. And you can see my trekking pole is about 3.5 feet. Give you some sense of scale. Pretty cool. And you see some people tented by the Kiefer oak. Cool. This is the ledges on top of Sinking Creek Mountain. It's a nice view, I'll show you in a second. A scary look. Can you hear it? It's raining hard. It's like 5:30 in the morning. And I gotta pack up soon. It is June 7th, day 49. I'm just leaving camp. It's about 6:30. Nothing to tell, but it's raining again. And I've got about 17 miles to a road crossing where a lot of people are going to Four Pines Hostel. I may go there for a little bit if I have time. But I'm not staying there because today's an exciting day for me. Mrs. Mulligan is coming to visit for a few days. So I'm thrilled about that. But first, we got to do this 17 miles, I think all in the rain today, and one pole. So I've got to balance my excitement to get the day over with taking my time and concentrating on not falling. So hopefully not too many rocks. Rain isn't too bad right now. And take my time and be there before you know it. Might not be too much video today in the rain though. The Audie Murphy Monument, which is off that way, but it's pouring rain. It's a little bit of a side trail. I really wanted to see it. I remember Audie Murphy. He was the most decorated soldier in World War II, won the Congressional Medal of Honor. And I remember him though as a movie star. I came back from World War II and starred as himself in at least one movie I remember watching with my father growing up. I remember some of the movies he was in. And he came back, I think, died in a plane crash on this mountain, maybe in the early 60s, late 50s, something like that. I really wanted to stop by the monument and see it, but it is a miserable day. I don't know what it was like the day the plane crashed, but it must have been something like this, I would think. It's, you know, cloudy, rainy, foggy. This couldn't be worse weather. But we'll have to come back another day and actually see the monument. So I don't know if this is going to video or not, but this was the rainiest day ever. I'm at Four Pines Hostel. It came on down off of Dragon's Tooth after 17 miles, pouring rain the whole day. And I'm at Four Pines Hostel, like I said, and I got to show you the shower at Four Pines. It's sort of, you can kind of see it. It is a shower and it was hot. But this is the one toilet shower for the hostel, and there's about 15 people here. Fortunately, Mrs. Mulligan is picking me up. Still raining, rained all day today. This is Four Pines Hostel. We just came back from the home place. You see a couple of chickens at Four Pines. Inside there's some bunks, refrigerators, couches, etc. Real quick. Quick. There you go. That's a very quick Four Pines. So we open Still View. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all you can eat for $16. Plus $2 extra for the cobbler and ice cream. Pretty cool place. Actually, you can see a few packs there. There's probably, most of them have left, but there's probably 20 hikers in there at one point, and then just other families, etc. Neat place. Perfect after a wet, rainy day. Nothing like having fried chicken, mashed potatoes, ham, roast beef, coleslaw, all the fixins. It was great after a miserable rainy day. A home place.